Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to take a fun look at Cadillac's legacy vehicles of the last 20 years. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Now, like I said, we're going to take a look at some notable Cadillac vehicles from the last 20 years. And just so you know, a Cadillac legacy vehicle is simply a Cadillac model that is no longer in production. But these are Cadillac cars that you can find either for sale, certified pre-owned, or through private owner. So, like I said, these are notable discontinued Cadillac cars direct from Cadillac's own website. So, let's take a look. Oh, real quick, before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at some of my other related build and price reviews. I've put links in the description below. Obviously, we're on the Cadillac website. Obviously, I'm talking about Cadillacs. In the description below, I've put links to other Cadillac videos I've done, and I also put the link to my whole entire Cadillac playlist that has all my Cadillac vehicles because I love Cadillacs. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so up first are some notable discontinued Cadillac cars. These are coupes. Here they got the Ats Coupe. It was discontinued in 2019. Really sweet car. And now they have the and then they have the Ctsv Coupe. Now, if you know anything about Cadillac, you know when it has the V behind it, that's the fast model. Now, I've done build and price reviews of both of these cars. So, like I said, I've got the Cadillac playlist in the description below, so you can go ahead and find that these videos in that playlist. Really cool cars. Now, you know what model has replaced this Ats? Do you know? Let me show you. Okay, so this car right here is the new Cadillac CT4, which I've done numerous videos on now, and it is the direct replacement for the Cadillac Ats Coupe. So if you like this Ats Coupe, but maybe you don't want to get a used one, but you want to get Cadillac's newest version of it, well, you got to get a CT4. Okay, next up for coupes, we've got the Cadillac ELR Coupe. Now, this was an electric drive car. This was an all-electric Cadillac, and these things were sweet. They were discontinued in 2016. Now, if you watch my channel at all, then you know that I'm not really a fan of electric cars. I'm not really into the EV thing. However, I think this car is really cool. I would own one of these. I would definitely drive one of these. I remember going to the Cadillac dealership here in my neighborhood and actually test driving a four-door version of the Ctsv Sedan, the Ctsv Sedan, not the coupe. And the sales guy was showing me around the dealership, and we walked into the service department, and there was just one of these just sitting there, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The ELR Coupe is super, super, super cool. And then they had the Cts Coupe. Now, the Cts was bigger than the Ats, and they made the Cts in a two-door as well, and they made that in a V-Series coupe as well. And this was discontinued in 2015. This one had the supercharged engine, made 556 horsepower and 551 pound-feet of torque. Now, I think this Ats made somewhere around 464 horsepower. I mean, that's legit. It was stout. 3.8 seconds, 464 horsepower. It was fast. I did test drive that sedan. It was silver. Boy, I wanted that car. I didn't get it, and I had an attitude that I didn't have that car. I wanted that car bad, and it just didn't work out. But I really loved that car. It was gorgeous. So, yeah. Now, the Cts is no longer in existence, just like the Ats. Now, if you want a new version of a Cts now, that's actually a CT5. Let me put a picture up of that. There's a CT5, and the CT5 just comes in a four-door, just like the CT4. Yes, Cadillac no longer offers a coupe in any model any longer. After they dropped the Ats Coupe, that was the end of the whole two-door Cadillac thing. Now, these cars were super cool. These coupes, I forgot all about this. The Cadillac Xlr, and it came in XLRV with a North Star engine in it. Now, this engine back then, right, they discontinued this car in 2009, both models. I remember these cars. We should see if there's one for sale local on Craigslist just to see how much it costs, if there's one out there. 443 horsepower in the V trim, all right? And then I don't remember how much it had in the regular trim. That would have had the North Star V8 in it probably. It had all the goodies in there, StabiliTrak control. It had all that kind of good stuff in there. It said a push of a button XLR transforming the stylish coupe. Really, it was kind of like, I don't know, it was like Cadillac's version of a Corvette, sort of, kind of. And it was a hardtop convertible. They were just pretty cool. Check it out. I had to jump over here on Craigslist really fast. And yeah, there are some around of varying qualities. Here's an XLR V right here for 80 grand. Obviously, it's probably got really low miles on it. Let's just take a super quick look. Yeah, they say it's got 6,940 miles on it. So yeah, it's a cream puff. Wow, I didn't realize how many coupes Cadillac made, boy, back in the day. Because like I said, they don't make any coupes anymore. They had a ton of coupes. So here they had the Eldorado. I totally forgot about one of these cars. They discontinued this car in '02. These cars had some serious luxury on them. They were super cool, the Cadillac Eldorado. Then, yeah, the CTS Coupe, right? They made the Ctsv Coupe, and then they also made a regular V that had a regular V6 in it. And I think that V6, yeah, there it is. It had a 3.6-liter V6 that made 318 horsepower, right? And they discontinued this car in 2014. Like I said, you can't get a CTS anymore. The CTS was replaced by the CT5, and the CT5, just like the new CT4, only comes in a sedan. Okay, speaking of sedans, here we go. The big granddaddy of all Cadillac cars, as far as I'm concerned, discontinued Cadillac models or otherwise, is the Ctsv Sedan. Unfortunately, discontinued in 2019. I have done several build and price reviews of this car, at least two. So like I said, my Cadillac playlist is in the description below. Yeah, this car had a Corvette engine in it, 640 horsepower. It's no joke. Then, I mean, they just came out with here's the deal. The Cadillac CT6, they just came out with the Cadillac CT6 in 2016. Then they thought, hey, let's make a plug-in hybrid. Apparently that was a fail. Apparently that was a big fail, so they discontinued the plug-in. They still make the Ct6. Matter of fact, I did a build and price on the 2020. I did a build and price on the 2019 Ct6 Sport. I've done the Ct6 V. So yeah, like I said, I got a lot of Cadillac cars I've done. You're definitely going to want to take a look at that Cadillac playlist if you're into Cadillac cars like I am. Ah, there it is. The Ats Sedan. Yes. I wish I still had the little sound clip of when the sales guy started up the engine. That little video clip and all that stuff is on a hard drive that got dropped and stopped working, a little external hard drive. So there went that. So yeah, Ats Sedan, discontinued in 18. It had 464 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. It had a twin-turbo V6 engine of 3.6 liters. It was bad. It was a bad boy. I mean, it was a legit car. It was awesome. Then you had the Ats Sedan, also, of course, discontinued in 2018. It had a couple of different engines. You get a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that had, I think, a respectable, that's a lot, 272 horsepower out of that 2-liter turbo. That's good horsepower. Then you had the 335 horsepower V6, because you can get this in like a Sport. So the ATS was a legit car. Now, I think the CT4 and the CT5 are very nice, but the ATS and the CTS were also very nice cars. Oh yeah, buddy, you remember these. The Cadillac Sts. You don't see many of those on the road or otherwise. And the Cadillac DTS. I actually love the Cadillac DTS. If you like the Cadillac DTS, then you like the Cadillac XTS. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, this XTS here is about a 2019, and it's a direct replacement for the DTS. And I also think that the Ct6 is really a replacement for the XTS, because the XTS is no longer around. But I have done build and price reviews of the XTS because I like those cars. I like them a lot. Matter of fact, I have a whole story on a 2015 V Sport that I test drove that I also didn't get. But yeah, I really like Cadillac cars. And the STS, that's just a cool car. It's just a cool car. Discontinued in 2011, just like the DTS was. The STS had a 302 horsepower direct injection V6. It had an available performance handling package. You get Brembo brakes on it and all that. Let's see if we can find an STS for sale on Craigslist. Okay, yeah, here's one real quick. This one's probably going to be a little bit rough, seeing that it's only $3,900 and this and that, but I was just kind of curious what the interior looked like. So, yeah, that was Cadillac's interior back in the day, but hey, look, you still had heated seats, 3-stage heated seats and all that. I mean, that's a nice car. That's a nice car. This car might still run good. Now, these leather seats haven't held up very well. You can see all the leather looks very dry, but that's probably because of the owner. All right, let's go back to what we were doing. Oh, right. Then they had the Sts V. They made a V version of that car we just looked at. They discontinued that in 2009. It had a 4.4 liter North Star engine, intercooled and supercharged. It had olive, ash, burl, walnut, wood, and all that. And then, of course, they had the Deville. The Deville was discontinued in 2005. And it was replaced by the DTS, actually. The DTS replaced the Deville, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that DTS replaced the Deville. And I think that when they talk about head gasket problems and things like that, that was with the Deville, not so much the DTS. They sorted those problems out by the time they got to the DTS. How do I know about that? Because I really wanted a DTS. I like these cars. Matter of fact, let's check out DTS on Craigslist really fast. Well, here's one right here for $9,900. It's got 75,000 miles on it. It's pretty clean. It's got the shifter in the center. Did it have the? I didn't see the. Yeah, it's got the navigation. This one's pretty nice. This one's really, really nice. I like these cars. I test drove a DTS not that long ago, honestly, and with 75,000 miles on it, this car's got a lot of life left in it. Oh, check this out! I caught this out of the corner of my eye. Here's a DT. Here's one of those DTSs. Or not D. What was it? DTS? I mean Deville. These are one of those Devilles right here that was replaced. But it's got the Vogue tire wheel and tire package on it and everything. Wow, the leather actually looks pretty good. I don't want to drive one of these, but this one is actually particularly nice. To be honest with you, most of them, as you might know, look pretty rough. This one does not. Okay, so moving on, then there was the Seville. The Cadillac Seville got discontinued in 2004. It was a full-size performance sedan. It had a North Star V8 engine in it and all that. It even had Zebrano wood accents, electronic climate control, and individual settings for the driver and the front passenger. Oh yeah, check these out. Crossovers and SUVs. The Cadillac SXR. Cadillac SXR, yeah, discontinued in 2016. Right? Yeah. Interesting SUV. I still see these on the road. Yeah, I'm not really an SUV person, but I've done a few Cadillac SUVs. Of course, I've done the Cadillac Escalade as well. The EXT was very interesting, the pickup version. They discontinued in 2013. It had an 8-foot bed. Luxury passenger SUV with an 8-foot bed. Yeah. Towing capacity of 7,600 pounds. I think it had a 6-liter V8 engine that made like 400 and something horsepower, I think. Oh, right. They made a hybrid version of the Escalade. It was discontinued in 2013. Had active fuel management, this, that, and the other. Fuel economy of 20 miles to a gallon in the city, 23 on the highway, which I think probably for something this big is pretty good. Oh, yeah, Cadillac made some wagons. They made the Ctsv Sport wagon, right? Supercharged 6.2-liter engine, same as the ATS-V that we looked at and all that. Then there was a CTS Sport wagon, which I think is pretty attractive. Now, I never see the wagons. You hardly ever see these wagons on the road, so they couldn't have sold very many of them. Here's a 8 CTS V wagon right here, with 63,000 miles on it, and they're still trying to get 42 grand for this bad boy. Where are the rest of the photos not showing up? Oh, well, right. Sorry about that. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we can see the rest of the photos. The interior is in good shape. It's got that Alcantara down the center. I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not really a fan of the color, but it's cool. Let's move on. All right, so yeah, I guess that's that. So, yeah. We've taken a look at all the Cadillac legacy vehicles, all the notable ones they want to show us of the last 20 years. That was super fun. That was super fun. Like I said, I've got a huge Cadillac library. Make sure you check out my Cadillac playlist. Thumbs up and share this video if you enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the very next video.